Hamjambo wanafunzi. Karibuni darasa. Welcome to today's lesson. This is our second lesson. And today we are going to look at classification of nouns. Remember that I said the other time that Kiswahili nouns are put into classes, or they are classified. It means that every noun belongs to a class, and every class has a class prefix. Today, we will look at the nouns in classes 1 and 2, and the nouns in classes 3 and 4. Let's begin with class 1 or classes 1 and 2. Every class has a class prefix. This class prefix, in simply put, is a letter or a sound that begins the spelling of the noun. For class 1, the class prefix is or M, or sometimes you will see that the word begins with MW for class 1. And for class 2, we have WA. Let me state here that class 1 is singular and class 2 is the plural of class 1. The M or MW or the WA that begins the nouns makes it easier for beginners to know where the word belongs, or the class from which the word belongs. It means that there is an M, which is the class prefix, and a stem or a root word. So, for example, we have the word to, which means a human being. Here, the is the class prefix, and the to is the root word. So the is added onto the to, which belongs to class 1. And the plural, because the class prefix for class 2, which is the plural of class 1, is wa. It means that when you move the to class 2, you have to change the class prefix to wa, and you add the to it. So it becomes wa to. I hope you understand up to this point. Okay, so let's look at some of the nouns that can be found in class 1, where their plurals are class 2, or their plural is class 2. In this class, it is basically made of humans, or what is known as animate nouns. Animacy means human, or something which has life. It means that in this language, Kiswahili, all human beings, the nouns that refers to human beings, are put in class 1. It means that all these nouns will begin with M, and then when you want to say they are plural, you will take away the M and bring wa. So for humans, in the table below, we have to. I said it means a person or a human being, and so its plural will be wa to. Here you take the M away and then replace the wa with it because it is moving from class 1 to class 2. So you don't carry the class 1 class prefix to class 2. Whenever the word moves from class 1 or a class going to another class, you drop the class prefix off that word and then you take it into another class and add the class prefix of that class. Remember, I said class 2 is the plural of class 1. And in the last lecture, I told you that all the even numbers are the plural forms of the odd numbers. So we have mtu, watu. You see the examples there and the meanings. We have mtoto, a child, watoto, children. We have mume, a man, waume, men. We have mgeni, a visitor, wageni, visitors. So look at the examples that have been listed. So we have msichana and wasichana. Please take note of the pronunciation. Remember also that I said that you will not be in a hurry to pronounce the word. So the last but one syllable, so it is msi. As for the msi, you can pronounce it hurriedly. And then chana is where you wait. Okay, so the last but so mvu, la, na. The plural will be wavu, la, na. Okay. Because we said it is a class refers to nouns, we have some nouns, also nouns that refers to children, daughters, because they are human beings, can also be found in this class. And remember that I said that in this class, we have certain words that begin or has mwana as the prefix. So let's look at some of the words. It has mwana as the prefix and then wana, which has the MW anyway. Mwana or wana means a daughter, son, child, which the plurals are daughters, sons, and children. So if you say mwana damu, it means a human being or a child of Adam. A child of Adam. So mwana, where mwana means child or son. So son of Adam. The plural will be wanadamu. Then we have mwana haramu, and the plural will be wana haramu. So mwana haramu means a bastard. Wana haramu means bastards. Remember that Kiswahili is a language that has a lot of Arabic words because they were colonized by the Arabs. So when the Arabs came and colonized them, they left a lot of words into the language. So we have mwanaume and wanaume, mwanamke, wanawake. Then we have, or we can also find several of the nouns or compound words that describe the work the people do or a profession. So a lawyer, because a lawyer is a human being, is found into this class. And so it will be mwana sharia. And I said mwana means what? A child. So sharia means law. So a child of law is what? A lawyer. And the plural is wana sharia, lawyers. Then mwana means a child. Chuo means college. So a child of college is a scholar. So mwana chuo and wana chuo. Then we have mwana chama. Chama means party. So a child of party means a party member. The plural is wana chama. So look at the examples that follow. We move on to the next category of items or words that can be found in this class. And we said that the prefix for class 1 can be either M or MW. It is MW when the root word begins with a vowel. And it is only M when the root word begins with a consonant. So we have MW in this first example because the root word begins with a vowel U. So it is uzaji, making uzaji a noun. So uzaji means selling. Making it into a noun, you add the MW to give it that human feature. So it becomes muzaji because the uzaji begins with a vowel. So it becomes muzaji. As for the plural, you don't carry it onto the plural. So you leave the MW and then you come and add the WA, which is the wa, the class prefix for class 2. So muzaji, the plural becomes wauzaji. Remember that in Kiswahili, all letters are pronounced. We have Muislam, a Muslim or a Muslim, and then Waisalam, Muslims. Then we have Mwandishi, and the plural becomes Wandishi, a writer and writers. We have Mwimbaji, and the plural is Waimbaji. Look at the English equivalents. Then we can also find nationalities in this class. If you are a nationality, you are a human being. Remember that we said the class is denoted for animate nouns or human beings. So if you are a Ghanaian, you should belong to class 1 because you are a human being. So we have, you add M to the word nation. You add M to the name of the nation or the country. So Ghana, and then we have Wa, Ghana. So Ghana is a Ghanaian, Wa Ghana, Ghanaians. So most of us are Ghanaians, so we can say Sisi ni Wa Ghana. We have Tanzania and Wa Tanzania. Kenya, Wa Kenya. When it gets to British, because the word Britain in Kiswahili is Ingereza or English is Ingereza and it begins with a vowel, you have Mwingereza and the plural is Waingereza. Then Arab begins with a vowel, so Mwarabu, Warabu. Look at the following examples accordingly. We also have some nouns which represent animals in this class. Let me state here that animals are found in all the classes depending on their feature or the way they are spelt. So we have some animals which are found in this class. We have, Kiswahili has 18 classes, but for this level, we will only look at 10 classes. So we have Mnyama, which is the name for animal, Wanyama for animals. Mdudu, insect, Wadudu, insects. And then, although we said it is a class for humans, we have an object which looks like a human being. And so it is put in this class. And again, because of the way that word is spelled. So we have Mwana Sesere, which is a doll, and the plural is Wana Sesere. So look at some examples below and some exercises. I would like you to try your hands on them. Then we move on to look at classes 3 and 4. Remember that we said the even number is the plural counterpart of the odd number. So we have class 3 as the singular and class 4 will be the plural. For class 3, the class prefix is also M like class 1. And because some words will begin with vowels, we have MW. So M or MW for class 3. And then MI for class 4. So it's for class 3 and me for class 4. These are the class prefixes. It means that all the words in class 3 should begin with M, and all the words in class 4 should begin or will begin with MI. Let's look at some of the items or the nouns that can be found in this class. The underlying ideas or the things, the items, the nouns that can be found in this class are many. It includes or primarily or the main words that can be found in this class are trees, objects, part of human beings, elements of nature, which are some objects. However, the main feature that I said is made of this class are the plant lives. So if plants or trees are found in this class, it means that the word for tree is also found in this class. So the name of every plant begins with M for singular and me. So for singular and me for plural, just like the prefix for class 1. In fact, the name of every plant begins with the prefix plus the noun stem of its fruit. So it means that it is the name of the fruit plus M, which makes it the tree. So for instance, orange is chungwa, which is the fruit itself. And its tree is chungwa because we have added the prefix M, which denotes tree, to chungwa. It becomes the orange tree. So pineapple is nanasi. And the plant will become nanasi because the denotes tree. So once you add the to it, it means nanasi or a tree. With the plural me, nanasi. So let's look at some other examples. So I said that because it is a name, okay, or it is a class for tree, the word tree is found in this class. An example is T, which means tree. So the M is the class prefix. Then the T means is a root word. So when you add it, it becomes the tree. So here are a few examples. We have mkorosho, so it's a cashew tree, the mikorosho, cashew trees. Then we have mango, where the word is embe. And because it begins with a vowel, you have the class prefix as MW, so mwembe. And the plural is what? Miembe. So we have mwembe, miembe. And so the examples are here for you to see. Let us note that the banana or plantain tree is ngomba. But the exception is that the fruit is called indizi and not gomba. Okay, it means that the tree is not derived from the fruits, because I said that the tree, the name of the tree is derived from the name of the fruit. You just add M to the name of the fruit and that means a tree. Let's continue to our next category of items that can be found in classes 3 and 4. There are also nouns in this class that indicate period of time and also some body parts. So we have mwaka, which is year, and the plural will be miaka. We have mwezi, which is month, and the plural will be months. We have moyo, which is heart, the plural is mioyo. Then we have mguu, and the plural is miguu. Mkono for hand, mikono for hands. So just try and see if you can pronounce the words. You pronounce them for rehearsals. There are also some uncountable and collective nouns in this class. So we have moto, which is fire, and the plural is mioto, although you cannot say fires. Okay. Then we have mto for river, mito for rivers, moshi for smoke, and then, you can't say smokes. So there are some of the words that do not have plural, or it is difficult to get a plural because they are collective or uncountable. Some other words that are found in this class are also mkoa, which is region, mikoa. We have mji, which is town, and the plural is miji, towns. We have a word, miwani, which doesn't have a plural. After mistari, you will see that miwani spectacles doesn't have a singular, because you cannot say mwani, one spectacle or two spectacles are pair, so they come in pair. And so take your time and look at the other examples that have been listed and try and see if you can pronounce them. Then we have some few words which begins with mu. There are not so many, there are exceptions. So they are not underlying factors, or they don't constitute a large category. So we have muhindi and mihindi, which is corn or maize. We have muhogo and mihogo, which is cassava. And then we have muwa or miwa for sugarcane. There are also a few animate nouns that are found in this class. Remember that although all animate nouns are supposed to belong to classes 1 and 2, there are some animate nouns, because of their nature or the way they are spelled, in all the other classes. What it means is that these animate nouns, when you want to form sentences with them, when we get to formation of sentences, we will understand better. When we want to form sentences with them, we will go to class 1 and 2 and use the class 1 and 2 subject prefixes. Please get the difference between class prefix and subject prefix. Class prefix is a prefix that denotes the spelling of the word in the class, and subject prefix is like a pronoun. So when you are forming a sentence, you have the word and then you have a pronoun before the tense, before the verb, before the object. You will understand it better when we get to formation of sentences. The subject prefix for class 3 is U, and for class 4 is I. So note that, however, all animate nouns which are humans and animals in classes 3 and 4, and all other classes will take their subject prefixes from classes 1 and 2. The subject prefixes for class 1 and 2, because they are humans, I have attached that class or the subject prefix table to you, and that is, it deals with the humans. So you will see that in the characteristics, when we were learning the characteristics, we found that we have first person, second person, third person singular, first person, second person, third person plural. All these are humans or animate. So they form the classes 1 and 2 subject prefixes. It means that, or simply put, the singular, the class 1 subject prefix, or the subject prefix for class 1 is A, and the subject prefix for class 2 is Wa. So look at the examples. Let's move on to classes 3 and 4. These are the examples, and try and see if you can translate these sentences into Kiswahili. When we meet in class, I will explain further. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you soon in class. Kwaherini, which means bye-bye.